It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and we're back with another Tiny Rebel beer, this time from Sainsbury's. It's on a 4 for 3 deal. It's £3.50 a can, so that means on that buying 3 cans you get your fourth free. This is coming in at £2.77 a can. It's called Hot Pink. It's 6.5% ABV in a 440ml can. And they're from Newport in South Wales, just a few short miles from me. Hot Pink, pink can, of course. Tiny Rebel, famous for their, well, they brewed a terrific red ale that won, I think it's called Kutch, and it won a camera event, something like 2 out of 3 years. Kutch won Best Red Ale, Best Great British Beer Festival, Best Beer of Britain. And that launched them really into the stratosphere of British brewing, where they were able to upscale their brewery and build a massive American style taproom brewery where you can go and drink there. You can go and eat there, you can have a burger, a pizza. I think they do pizza, definitely burgers. Here's the beer. We've got a 1 finger ivory coloured head. Small amounts of carbonation with the beer rising up the side of the glass there. It's hazy. It's straw coloured. It looks like loads of oats have been added to this beer. Let's get the aroma on this one then. Might be lactose, might not be oat, might be a bit of lactose in this one. It's that sort of slightly yeasty, sort of sherbety brew. There's a little bit, it's what the aroma of this beer is of like this small hints of pineapple, small hints of mango, grapefruit, orange peel, but it's all like a centralized flavour. It's like a sort of an opal fruit or a starburst, whatever you want to call them now. If you were to put a few of them together and eat them at the same time, you get that kind of starbursty sort of flavour. That sort of hubba bubba tropical fruit bubble gum, chewing gum rather than bubble gum, chewing gum flavour. That's what I'm picking up here in the aroma of this beer. Let's dive in, let's get into this one. Cheers everybody. They're so difficult. I say these tropical hazy IPAs, I find them. The first question you might be asking yourself is, why have you bought it then? Well, because I'm a beer reviewer, and if a new beer hits Sainsbury's, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to review it, because somebody else might buy this and I'm going to give them my say, my sort of 2 pence worth, if you like, on whether I would buy this beer again and whether you should buy this beer again, or vice versa. I find Tiny Rebel a little bit like Northern Monk in that they used to produce fantastic beer and they used to have such a great reputation for brewing beer. And then something happened, and then something kind of went astray, went amiss. The Tiny Rebel brought out a jam lager, like brought out all of these really kind of fruity sort of hazy beers, which worked for a while for them, I suppose. But you do see less of that stuff now from Tiny Rebel. I will say on the part of Sainsbury's as well, they were the last company to get involved with craft beer. They were the last company to really last major supermarket, I should say, to get into craft beer. So that a year or two behind the curve, we were seeing beers like this about 2 years ago in Tesco. Thankfully, you're seeing less of it now because for me, it's fruit concentrate. This is some kind of fruit concentrate beer that's... They give me a massive headache. They really do. It's just not clean. Do you know if you were to buy a Cloudwater or a Verdant beer, a really good Polly's from, say, they're buying it online from Polly's, not so much these days. Polly's supermarket beers themselves are doing that now too. Cloudwater made a decision to go into the supermarket, and then Cloudwater made a decision to step back out of the supermarket. A bit like Thornbridge. Thornbridge stepped into the supermarket, and Thornbridge then stepped back out to a degree from the supermarket. And I think because the margins are too tight. The margins are way too tight to be able to produce anything of real quality. I would much prefer to go to a bottle shop and buy a Cloudwater. Pay a bit more money, buy a Cloudwater or a Verdant. The beer is so much cleaner. I would call it pure beer. All hops, all malt, all yeast, all water. There's no concentrates going on. There's no kind of like weird, totally tropical taste going on in their drinks. You know, sort of. There's no concentrates. I believe from my taste buds are telling me there's concentrates in this beer, and concentrates just don't really work for me. In terms of, I just don't like it. I'd much prefer, as I mentioned, to go to a bottle shop to buy a Verdant or a Cloudwater. Or, if I was standing in the supermarket with not much money, I would go to Lidl and Aldi over this. Go to Lidl or Aldi over this, and I would buy a Rheinbacher or a Perlenbacher Pilsner or a Rheinbacher Pilsner. Rheinbacher Weissbier or a Perlenbacher Weissbier, and I would quite happily drink that for probably half the price. And you're drinking good, clean German beer, or in terms of the lagers, they might be produced in France, but they're still good quality beers. I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan. Tell me, are you in my situation where these sort of these fruit concentrated beers, do they give you a headache? Do they give you that smashable hangover which you all are trying so hard to avoid? I can almost taste the hangover in this beer. It's not for me. But I will buy it because it's gone into Sainsbury's. And here's my review of it. If you want my 2 pence worth, I've given you my 2 pence worth. I'm going to rate it. I don't like that at all. I think that's a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 at best. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.